Hello, everybody. How's it going? We're live and alive for this is Novi pre-show, the Dynamite pre-show number 3 or number 4. We're back. Today's been a good day over here in the Novi corner of the world. I've just been watching some old school graps. Sure, we'll have some talk about that because if the same people are in here like they were last week, hopefully so, we can talk about a match that they recommended me and explain why I liked it so much. But if you are here right now, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not. Most likely you are if you're in here, but gotta say it anyways. It's the YouTube thing. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into Dynamite today as usual. We're gonna run down this card on the side. As you can see, we got a new nice little setup. You got my face all big. That might be a bad thing, however, but for some, but hey, it's visually appealing. Ultra X, how's it going? You're always in here. How's your day been, bro? You got to talk about WrestleMania. We can get into some WrestleMania talk. I did watch both the shows, so we can get into some WrestleMania talk. I got to pull up the card for him, so you might hear some keyboard clacks, but, we'll get into it. But yeah, first, I feel like if this is a Dynamite pre-show, we got to get into Dynamite first. So we'll start at the bottom with the match that I don't think anyone is excited for. And Hook, Chris Jericho, and Katsuyori Shibata versus Shane Taylor Promotions, which is, of course, Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, and the not new, but re-debuting Anthony Ogogo, who has been off of TV for a very long time. I know he's been doing some work in Rev Pro, but I haven't seen any of it. I've seen some stuff saying that it was good, some saying that it wasn't, but I guess we'll find out if he's improved so much. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this match. I hope Katsuyori Shibata, I don't know, gets out of this somehow. Maybe he fakes an injury, I don't do something. Get away from Jericho, because Jericho is not good right now, but he keeps finding his way on these cards, and I keep having to reiterate it that he is bad and that I don't want to watch him. So it's very unfortunate that I have to keep on talking about it, but we do. Yeah, TK needs to get Jericho off my damn screen. Look, I agree. And it's kind of funny how, like I said, we're here every week. We're talking about it, and he just doesn't. And everyone says it, but whatever. We're not going to spend too much time on it. God, I hope Shibata gets the pin, I guess. But then Jericho wins, so. Next up on the order, we got Mariah May versus Anna Jay. If I remember correctly, they had a pretty good match the last time they went at it, so I am intrigued about it. I didn't think Anna was so bad. I think it was a 4-way the last time she was in 4 or 3-way, whichever the two. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was a 3 actually with Mariah. I didn't think she was too bad. I think it took her a second to get into it, but once she got into it, she did her thing a little bit. It's Anna Jay. She's not going to be incredible worker, but I think she'll be serviceable enough. I love Mariah May. Anyone who is a regular viewer of this channel knows that, so I'm still looking forward to this and hope they can deliver something nice. Anthony Ogogo, is he going to make it or break it this year? Hey, shout out to the video. If you guys haven't seen that video, check that one out. That's a good one. I'm not sure, to be honest. I would love to give like a take, and I would love to tell you like one or the other, but I genuinely have not seen any of his work lately, so I gotta kind of see it. But I think tonight will be a good tell, personally. And, he fits Shane Taylor Promotions. They're like a whole boxing group. They like boxing shit. They made like all those references the other week. So, I'm interested in it. Anna Jay and Ty Conti are underrated. Yeah, I agree for Ty Conti. And especially them as a team. I've always enjoyed them. I think everybody has, but I've always enjoyed that team. I think she goes by Ty Mello now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she definitely goes by Ty Mello. But Ty Mello is really, really good. I genuinely like her work a lot. I think she is one of the standouts of early AEW, and I really hope that once she gets back, after her pregnancy and stuff like that, that she comes back just full throttle, because she could really add a lot to the women's division, and I would enjoy it a lot. So I hope she goes for it when she gets back. Speaking of the women's division, shout out Transitions. We have Tony Storm to do a Charleston Championship champagne toast. I think that's what the graphic says. Wait, what is... I don't know what that little bit says, but look, this is going to be whatever. Oh, it's a Thunder Rosa. Okay, my bad. I don't know. This will probably make me giggle a little bit. I'll probably laugh, give a little chuckle, and then, I don't know, Mercedes is probably going to show up and ruin it, or Maybe she. I don't know, bro. This is whatever. I'm a little over Tony Storm. Maybe she could win me back right here, and I can giggle enough to enjoy the segments again. But I'm just not incredibly moved by it. I am rooting for them to have a good match though at Dynasty, so hopefully so. We're gonna skip this next one. The Young Bucks air the backstage footage because I feel like that's more of a main event. So, yeah, we'll see about all that. Before Ultra, I'm hyped for Julia to join NXT. I'm hyped to see her work, hopefully as stiff as she does in Japan, and just rock some of these new trainees, just rock some of these gymnasts. I'll pop at that. That's about to the extent. I think she can do well on the main roster though, so I'm looking forward to it. I probably would have preferred her in Japan personally, just because that's where I've seen her before, but that doesn't mean she can't be good sometime else and somewhere else. So I have high hopes. But yeah, next segment, TNT Championship, Adam Copeland versus Penta El Cero Miedo. This should be a fun match, a really interesting match. I don't think this is one that I, pinned as a Adam Copeland match when he joined up, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. I hope Penta brings not lazy Penta. I hope he doesn't throw the glove and make a big show of the Zero Miedos, but he probably will. But I hope he doesn't. I hope he has a real good match here with Copeland. This is the second Cope Open, second. And I thought the first one with Matt Cardona was actually pretty good. So I think this one has the potential to be a little bit better just because it's like a fun, weird dynamic that I think I can get behind. So I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it's good. I hope they rock the house a little bit. I'm going to be up for Adam Copeland, I think. Now it's the main event. Before we talk about the main event segment, we have Samoa Joe in an AEW World Championship Eliminator match versus Dustin Rhodes. If you know, this is a Joe Holbert Promotions kind of match. And before, actually, we'll get into it a little later, I was watching a lot of Samoa Joe classics from 2005. I watched the Dustin Rhodes tag match. Let me make sure I get... It's Dustin Rhodes and the surprise Ricky Steamboat versus the Enforcers, Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko. That match rocked. That was a classic little pros doing their pro thing kind of thing. So yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm hyped up for it. I don't know how good it's gonna be. I genuinely don't. Dustin is willing to do some stuff, and Samoa Joe he's older, but he's still got it. So I hope they come to play. Maybe we'll see a signature Dustin Rhodes Code Red busted out. He is the natural after all, so I hope he busts one out on old Joe. I don't think he's gonna win, but I hope he busts one out. Let's see here from Pedro. If AEW Women's Division has anything over the other women's divisions, it's that they can do street fights or even lights out matches for sure. And I mean, the other like WWE does some hardcore stuff, and there's some like hard-hitting women's matches in Japan. Like I think they had a stip for Julia versus someone recently. I forget her name. I'm sorry. But the difference is, AEW lets them bleed and AEW lets them go all out. And that's why all those women's street fight tags are just so iconic and memorable. Those matches rule. We talked about Anna Jay and Ty Mello earlier. They had a classic with the Bunny and Penelope Ford. I think that match is awesome. I love that match, like a lot of other people do, because it's just fun to view. So yeah, it does make them stand out. It helps them a lot, especially when you compare their tag division to WWE's tag division. Even though they don't really put so much focus on it because they don't have titles or anything like that, it's still worthwhile viewing because they make it so. So yeah. Ultra, is your girlfriend ever going to join you for the stream? I have no idea. I would probably say no, but you never know. She comes to all the shows with me and stuff, all the live shows, and we've watched Dynamite before, and we've watched Collision and Rampage, I think, once, but she's not like a weekly viewer or anything like that, so maybe sometime. Maybe if I do like a live Collision viewing, or who knows. Pedro, it's a Samoan Joe versus a Rhodes match. Wait, hang on. This stupid ass heart is in my way. Let me see if I can like copy and paste so I can actually... The fan version. I'm not exactly sure what you... Oh, I get it. I get it. It's the off-brand version. That's what I imagine here. It's the off-brand version of a Samoan versus a Rhodes. Nah, I don't know. Maybe that's why they did it, because they were like, hey, Cody's doing. Maybe people researching Rhodes, maybe want to see it. I don't know. That would be funny if they actually did that, but it is kind of off-brand. We could talk about that match later too. I know Holcher was mentioning talking about WrestleMania, so we can do some WrestleMania talk. But before we get into WrestleMania talk, we have flown through this card, mostly because it's not that interesting, to be fair. But we have the most interesting part here. The Young Bucks present backstage footage from All In, and we'll discuss for the first time. I have no idea what this is going to be. I don't think anyone has any idea what this is going to be, but I'm excited to see. I don't know if they're going to actually show legitimate footage. I just am excited to know. I just want to know how they're going to do this. I think a big thing that I've seen people pushing that I 100% agree with is that they don't just show it to show it. They more show it for a reason, like do something with the Young Bucks and make it a storyline, or definitely do something with Jack Perry. They just need something like that to make it interesting, because they have nothing to gain from showing this footage. I mean, obviously they can make Punk look bad, and I'm not necessarily saying he won't or anything like that, but it just wouldn't serve a purpose. So I hope there's a purpose to it. I hope they have a plan. But shit, you would be like, I think everyone's saying they're not excited for this, or well, they don't want to see it. I think you're lying. I think you do want to see it. Everybody wants to see this because it's the footage. We get to see it. We get to know, hopefully. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do with it, but I hope it's for a purpose rather than just for shits and giggles. But message from Ultra, why don't you just extend the stream so we can watch Dynamite with you? Maybe sometime. I'm not too sure. I kind of like to just like chill out and watch wrestling. I would love to like get an actual live stream going eventually, maybe for, I don't know, some lower tier show to try it out or something like that. I wouldn't mind trying it out at some point. I don't know when. I'm not gonna give a date for it. Not today, but there will be a time where we watch Dynamite, we watch Collision at some point. I would like to maybe get a guest on for something like that, or get someone on stream. Who knows? Someone from that I would know from Twitter, or mutual of sorts. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, Dynamite. It says 7 concurrent viewers. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. Leave a like on the stream, and if you're here right now, let me know how you feel about Dynamite tonight. What's your most anticipated match? What segment are you most looking forward to, maybe? How do you think this Young Bucks thing is going to go? Let me know in the chat, because we flew through Dynamite. So we are definitely going to be taking questions. We're definitely going to be answering all this good stuff. We will be talking about some Samoa Joe Classic matches. We will be talking about that. So let me get those pulled up for you. Hang on, un momento. While I'm at it, go ahead and, get those chats in about the shows and all that good stuff. Let me pull up all the matches from my classic match viewing, and I will pull it up on here and pull it up on the stream. Let me get a capture going. Let me get a new image. Well, we're doing it live, and we're doing it alive. Let's see here. All right, capture. Where are you at? There we go. Would you look at that? How nice and pretty. How nice and pretty. We're gonna do that in a moment, so don't worry. It'll still be there. All right. Let's hear from Ultra. Adam and Penta about to be lit. Yeah, it should be. I'm excited to see what it is. I hope Penta brings it, like I said before. And it's just a fun matchup, so I'm here for it. Damn, where's Mercedes? I know she said she's gonna be on the show. I'm assuming they're just not announcing it. Maybe they did and I just didn't see it, but she definitely said she was gonna be on the show. I'm assuming there is some kind of pre-tape or something of that sort. Oh look, we got another announcement here. 23 minutes ago. Tonight, AEW Continental Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, will be in action. Kazuchika Okada is going to murder some young guy, and I'm going to be here for it. I'm really into that. So, I hope Kazuchika Okada murders a young boy tonight, because that segment got announced. There's no announced segment for Mercedes, though. So, I'm assuming it's some kind of pre-tape or something like that. Holy fuck, what a man. Holy fuck. What the fuck? Brother, we might have to put you in timeout for that one. I'm not gonna lie. Gee, Jesus Christ. We're gonna put you. We're gonna take a 5. Take a 5, Juan. That holy fuck. I saw that message. That shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh my god. A little more nuance of a take from Thomas. Whilst I'm obviously interested in the tape, I'm really disappointed by the precedent this sets for AEW. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think it's just, it looks petty. It doesn't have the best optics, which I know not everybody cares about optics, but it's important sometimes. So I just hope they know what they're doing, because it's important. You got to know what you're doing here, or else it's going to look bad and it's not going to look good. It's just going to, look like you're being petty assholes. There's no point in this. So I hope there's a point. That's my big thing. I hope there is a reasoning to do it, but I guess we'll have to see. For this one, we might switch over to this tab. We might bring in the image here because I want to add an existing so we could talk about it as we speak. Image 4. There we go. Would you look at that? Let me know if you guys can see that pretty well. It's actually a little bit hard to read. Let me see if I can. Actually, I can't really bump it up. This is about the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. But I'll read it off. Don't you worry. Eddie Kingston needs to run it back against Okada. For sure. I think that match is going to come. I hope it's not sooner. I would hope we kind of chill about it a little bit for a second, but I do hope they run it back at some point because they have a better match in them for sure. That was definitely not them at their best. I need Eddie to be Eddie like he was against Mark. Oh, that was a great match. I haven't talked about any of the Mania Weekend stuff, I don't think, either. Did I? No, I didn't. That was my first stream since. So, yeah, that match was awesome against Mark, and I think that was Eddie at his best. So I hope he brings that in a future match against Okada, because I don't need the Puro cosplay shit. I need that. I need Eddie. Very should watch DPW. They are a great little indie promotion. I have seen some things about DPW before. I've never watched any of their shows, but I have been interested in some of the matches and stuff like that. So at some point, I might give it a watch just to see what's going on, because they've got some cool stuff on there. But as you guys can see down here, we can start at the top. World Tag Team Championships, WCW World Tag Team Championships. We have the Enforcers, Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko versus Dustin Rhodes and Ricky Steamboat. This match is just a pro doing pro things. It was a couple of solid vets doing their thing, and I had a lot of fun with it. I watched it because, Dustin is going to be wrestling tonight, so I was like, hey, why not? Let's do this. So that was a fun one. I recommend that to anyone who likes tag team wrestling. It's very just simple, and it works because the Enforcers are awesome heels, and Ricky Steamboat is a very over babyface at this point. So, yeah, that's a really good one. It looks pretty, especially after the home run that was WrestleMania and the whole "we're the best." Oh, petty, yeah, feels meaningless. I don't know if I would necessarily go that far, but I do understand that it would look petty. Again, if they don't have a plan for it, it does look petty and it doesn't look good. Should just focus on them. But I have faith that the Young Bucks are going to do something about it. I know Charlie from Wrestle Purists, if you guys know her on Twitter, she wrote a nice little article about it that I enjoyed reading, and there were some good ideas in there. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. Did you watch Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey? I didn't get to that one, but there is one on here that I did watch that you recommended. We can go through here. So AJ Styles versus Low Ki. Low Ki is very unfortunate nowadays, and AJ Styles has some funny takes about the flatness of the earth. But this match was very fun. It was just two guys just doing their damn thing, and they were rocking the house. It was power moves, power moves, power moves. The finish was a little bit interesting, but I didn't hate it. So yeah, Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe. Good God, this is a one-of-one match that I don't think I've ever seen anything like. Even I think that maybe comes close to it is Swerve Hangman, just because of all the blood, but it's not even the same. It's just bumps for 9 minutes or like something like that. It's crazy. It's a crazy, crazy match. It's pretty awesome. I gave a rating for it, but the ratings seem like meaningless for this. It just seems like it's, it seems like it's just a formality more so. That match is awesome. If you guys have never seen that, watch that one. Let's see here. Another one from Thomas, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not the Elite, it's not AEW, it's just Tony and the Bucks. This proves Punk's point. I mean, who's gonna get over? Maybe Jack. I think you kind of have to wait and see. I don't necessarily say that it's the Bucks or Tony. I think there's some kind of plan. Feel like there has to be. So before I make any broad judgments on it, I'm gonna wait and see, because I think there's some that we need the context before we jump to anything crazy about it. But I do understand where you're coming from. Now we have the match that I was recommended last week. We were on one of these live streams. The TNA X Division Championship, Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles in the three-way from TNA Unbreakable 2005. Guys, this match rules. This match is fucking awesome. It is crazy. Moves, go, go, go. But everything makes sense. There's some great worked punches and work striking. It's awesome. This match is awesome. I completely understand the hype for it. I can't believe it took me so long to see it. But yeah, it's the blueprint for three-ways for sure. It's crazy. They went through 23 minutes of stuff and they didn't fuck up, not once, and it was awesome. This match just rules. And I did happen to get a nice reply from Joel Hobart. Shout out Joel Hobart. He is also live at this moment. We're both, we're out here doing our thing. Joe Hobart saying that Joe forgot a whole chunk of the match, so they went home early. So this is just a little cut of what could have been, which makes it even like crazier that it's this good, because it could have been even better. This match fucking rocks. Shout out to whoever specifically recommended in the chat, but I know everybody that was there were saying it's awesome. So yeah, definitely watch that if you haven't. I'm sure most of you guys have, but 5 stars. I feel like the only person who's going to really benefit from this is Drew, because he's going to have a field day with these promos. He's probably going to reference it. He's going to reference it a few times, and it's going to be awesome. So I really like Drew. We can talk about the Drew match from Mania in a little bit too, because that's a big part of it. But here we go. I don't know how to say the name, so I'm not going to try to butcher it. Give me some big names AEW need to get rid of because the roster's too stacked. I wouldn't say it being too stacked is a problem necessarily. I'm more in the it's okay to have a roster that's stacked, and it's okay if they rotate talent, which they haven't been doing a good job of. But yeah, I don't necessarily enjoy pushing for guys to get rid of, because I don't like to see guys losing their jobs. They should absolutely get rid of Ric Flair. I can't believe I didn't mention that before, and I had a comment about that on my recent video. Ric Flair should be one they get rid of ASAP. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily recommend anyone to lose their jobs, but there are some guys on there that you could point to. I don't really like Wardlow right now. Chris Jericho can fuck off. Hook needs to go get a little better somewhere where he doesn't need all this kind of production or presentation, more so. More something like that. TNA Unbreakable 2005, baby. Oof, what a match. And we even got another Samoa Joe match up next. We got 3 in a row. We got 4 in a row on here. Versus Kobashi. Oh my god. This crowd was nuts for this match. The crowd was crazy. I've never seen an environment like this in wrestling. They were just so excited to be there for this dream match. It fucking rocked. And it's not like they did any huge moves. There were some kind of crazy bumps for both these guys here, but they just had a stiff strike exchange. They were just hitting each other real hard, the sweat flying off under the lights. Oh my god, this match fucking rocked. This match is awesome too. I gave out 3 5 stars today, so that doesn't tell you how much I liked it, and I don't know what will, but yeah, that match fucking ruled. That match was awesome. Just a crazy environment. I've never seen anything like it, and they both come in like fucking killers, and they act like it throughout the match. Whew. What a match. Eugene seen Joe versus Masawa? No, but I will be getting to that after watching what I've watched today. That will be on the list. Here, you know what? I'll go ahead and add it too, just so I don't forget. Versus Mitsuhara Misawa. Look, most of you guys may know this. I'm kind of newer to wrestling. I haven't really gone back and seen too many old matches. But this also was my first Kobashi match, and I feel like for a first match it was pretty perfect. But it definitely made me want to go back and see some of his older stuff because I know I know how good he is. I'm aware. So I definitely will be going back for that. Why is Rick still here? That's the question. Wardlow needs to defend at this point. Jericho needs to go on extended break, and Hook needs developmental. Bang, you got it. That's right on the point. I'm not saying Wardlow needs the Fed, but I think he would work in there, so I'm not mad about that. Do you watch match highlights? They are videos with matches edited down with music. Make them on my channel. They're very fun to make. I tune into a few match highlights when I see them on Twitter and stuff like that. That's more so where I watch them. Just because like it's easier that way, and they pop up. I like to see the old like real_graps account, and then there's the Puro account that uploads like old Japanese matches, Japanese wrestling matches. Whoa, that fucking rock. Those are all really good. Let me make sure I get that Puro. Just vintage Puro. I don't know how I didn't know that, but vintage Puro and real_graps. Those guys rule. I'm a big fan of that. But I will check out your stuff eventually. See if I'll add it to the list just so I make sure I know to go back and watch some of it. But yeah, shout out. Those are always awesome to view. You should upload them on Twitter too. You should have them on there because a lot of people watch those kind of videos there. So it's a really good place to go for it. Kenta Kobashi in general, go crazy. Just check out his entire career, especially those Masawa matches. Hey, I understand. I know what I need to do with old vintage Puro guys like him. Those are Misawa, Kobashi, and oh my god, Kawada, and there's another one, right? But I know there's another one. I forget his name, but he's like the lesser known. But I'm aware, so I will be going back and viewing all those guys eventually. I know how good they are. I gotta see it. So, Brady, get the feeling that Malachi wants to go back to WWE. I'm the only one. You are not the only one. In fact, I think you're one of very many, and I would probably agree with you because he seems like one of those guys who just loves Triple H and wants to go back to him. So, hey, more power to him. I hope he gets the chance to go back eventually because he clearly wants to be there, and people should go where they want to go. So, after this week of WWE, I think AEW needs to lock in. They do need to lock in. I wouldn't necessarily say it's after this because of this specific week, but they definitely need to lock in. But this week was good for the WWE. Let me pull up the Mania cards real quick. WrestleMania 40. So we can talk about some of these matches too. Only go through the classics. We'll give a few. Totally agree that AEW need to lock in, laser focused. Yeah, they need to lock in for sure. Just they gotta be ready. I was listening to Joe Holber right before this. Shocker, I know. But he was saying how they just need to develop one story. They need to have something for people to focus on, kind of like MJF versus Cole, or more a better example in my opinion, Hangman versus Kenny. They need something like that, and I think Swerve versus Ospreay can be that. They just need to build it up as that. They need to present it that way. So I hope they do something like that. Let's see here. All right. WrestleMania XL. Let's go ahead and drop this image. Let's go back to here just so we have it up. Let's see. The WWE Women's World Title match. Rhea Ripley defeats Becky Lynch. I thought this match was actually quite good. I gave it 4. I know not everybody went that high, but I thought they just stuck to their stuff really good. They eventually got the crowd into it, even though the crowd were very quiet for this night. They worked damn hard, and I respect it. It was a good match. I really had fun with it. Let's see here. The tag team 6-pack ladder match, including all those teams. It's a very funny pair of teams that won. I don't really care. I don't watch the product, but it's very funny. Nonetheless, I was really glad that no one seemed to get hurt in this match because it seemed like a breeding ground for tears of muscles and ligaments. I should say, not limbs. Holy fuck. Tag team match. We got Andrade and Rey versus Dominic and Santos Escobar. I thought this match was kind of underwhelming, to be honest. Obviously, I enjoyed Ray and Andrade making their entrance and stuff like that, but the match just wasn't that inspiring to me. I was expecting better. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, very, very bad match. Pretty fucking awful. Do not watch that match. It's not good. Well, at least watch it though, because it's 11 minutes and it's fun. It's like funny. So I recommend that for that reason. The Bianca, Jade, and Naomi versus Damage Control, six woman tag or 6-man. I don't know. I don't ever know what to say. I don't know if it's like weird to say one or the other. I wish this went a lot longer, but it did what it needed to do. Jade got the pin. Now here's the real shit. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Holy shit, what a match. This match fucking rocked. And I know the match itself was really good. I love the way that Gunther was just beating down Sami, building him up as this huge babyface for the closing. But holy fuck, that brainbuster. Oh, that brainbuster. It moved me. It moved me. Oh my good God. It was awesome. That shit ruled. The great match. Definitely recommend that match. Those are that and the women's world title, because those are the ones I'd recommend, because the main event, Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth, was very long and very boring to me. I did not enjoy it as much as some people did. I wanted to because it was The Rock, but I just couldn't get into it. By the closing, it was actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed the closing stretch, but other than that, it just wasn't a whole lot of much, and it was very unfortunate because I really wanted it to be better, but you get what you get. Let's see here. I'm going to be honest. Whilst I feel like Malachi wants to go back, he's kind of washed, and generally I feel like the first injury really did him dirty. His body is definitely washed. It's definitely broken down. But maybe they could do something with him. They employ some broken down bodies, so maybe they can figure something out, or maybe he finds his way. I don't know. I did tell you Sami and Gunther was going to cook. Hey, you're right. You're right. I think most people would have said that it was going to be really good, but hey, you're good on that one. You're on the good side, because that match fucking rocked. That match was awesome. Actually, like Jay and Jimmy, hey, more power to you. More power to you. I don't agree, but more power to you. I'm glad you liked it, but it just wasn't really for me. It didn't work. It didn't work. Something about it, and just a super kick trading like it was chops or forearms. Oh, that was funny. That was very, very funny. But again, I'm glad if someone else likes it. That's the game. Some people are gonna fucking hate wrestling matches, and others are gonna really like it. So these are the games that we play. All right, WrestleMania XL Sunday. I'll give my takes too. The World Heavyweight title, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. The match I thought was it was good, but it didn't reach the heights I wanted it to. The finisher spamming and the kickouts got a little much for me. But I did have fun watching it. It was a great opener, I'd say. Great opener. And the angle after ruled. So, yeah, it was definitely worthwhile viewing for that reason. The angle was so good. Obviously, Damon Priest becomes the world champion. That's funny. The 6-man street fight. I know some people thought this was more fun than they thought it was going to be. I didn't really like it. Obviously, we have the funny Bubba Ray Dudley appearance. Please never listen to him about his takes about AEW, or just like whenever he does quote tweet it with a WWE ref shirt. That would be funny, because that's a crazy visual. And I'm not one to say anything, but holy fuck, don't tuck in the shirt, pal. But yeah, it was very funny that the table broke on old Karrion Kross at the end, but. Hey, I'm glad people had fun with it. I thought it was just like, whatever. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Shout out to them. They had a solid match. I thought they worked hard here. Shout out to the old fellas. They're not old, but AJ's a little worn down, but he definitely proved he can still go, and LA is fine in ring. I think anyone saying otherwise is like, whatever. Yeah, this match was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be, so shout out to him. The U.S. Triple Threat, Logan Paul defeats Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I thought this match was a good time. Maybe went a little, not long, but some of the little moments in the match were pretty funny, especially the beginning with KO and Randy. Yeah, just a fun match. Let's make sure there's no chats here. Whilst I enjoyed the Cody Roman match, it felt overbooked for me. We're definitely going to get to that. Did you like NXT Stand and Deliver? I watched a little bit of it, and I thought it was like fine for what I was watching. It was just like background viewing for me. I don't think I'll check out any of the matches, but when I did watch it, was all right. Roxanne's a hooper. That's what I'll say. Roxanne Perez, she got it. She's one of the ones. She's very good. I like her work a lot. Let's see here. Bailey defeats Io Sky. This was I don't know, work rate wise, it was probably second best of the weekend. This match was a good time. I really liked it. Bailey worked her ass off, and Io bumped so crazy for her. Io gave it her all, so hey, shout out to them. They had a great match. The crowd was with them. The crowd was into it. They wanted Bailey to win. Awesome. They got their moment too. Shout out Bailey. Yeah, this is a great match. I really like this one too. And then, of course, the one we just mentioned with Thomas, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Look, it was overbooked. I get it. There was a ton of run-ins. The Undertaker's was the most funny. But, look, I love this match. I thought it was a great fucking time. I thought the work beforehand, I know some people were calling it a little boring, and I do understand that it was maybe a little formulaic, but I really thought it was crisp. Roman came to work. He busted out his big moves. He was doing his thing. He was doing suplexes. He was bumping. Awesome. And then the moment at the end was just, the Cody winning was just generational. Fucking hell of a pop. Of course there was going to be a huge pop, but hell of a pop. Yeah, what a moment. That's an all-timer, I think, for me. Not for, like, all-timer moment. I wouldn't say the match is an all-timer, but the moment in itself, like, the moment combined with the match makes it an all-timer. It's not going to go down in my spreadsheet as an all-timer, but that's what I mean. Yeah, also, I really wish we would have saw Stone Cold. Very unfortunate. But Stone Cold ain't taking the paycheck, I fear. Can I also say I don't want to see another Bucks FTR match? You can say that because I think a lot of people would agree with you there too. I'm interested in it because I think the Bucks FTR matches are at their best when the Bucks are heel and FTR can be their face. They can do all their good stuff. I think the match has a good amount of potential. I'm into it. I'm interested to see what it is. It's definitely worth a viewing. I think this is the last one I'm interested in though, just because I'm interested to see how these heel Bucks characters interact with the FTR, and they don't have to do any build for it. They don't have to do TV stuff. That's why I'm okay with it. But this is probably the last one I'm into. Like I don't want to see any more. We don't need more than 4. That's enough. I'm curious who you see winning though. Thomas, I would probably say the Bucks. I would enjoy them as tag champs a little more. But I could see FTR doing it, and I wouldn't be too mad at it. So, yeah. But with that being said, we're a little caught up on the week. So we'll close it out because we do have a little over 15 minutes to Dynamite, and gotta go make a bowl of popcorn, do all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Get prepared. So get any last second chats in. Get any last little moments. I'll react to anything. You know me. I'll respond to all of them. If you have any matches you want me to watch throughout the week, I will absolutely watch them. I'll do my best to get to all of them. Let me make sure that I write down this match that you told me, Ultra. Josh. Oh, isn't that the hour match? Isn't Josh Alexander Bailey the? Oh my God! Hang on. Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey. If this is the hour match, I'm afraid I probably won't watch it, to be honest. Oh, it is the hour match. I know it's really good, but here, I'll put it on there because just for you, Ultra, since you're in here all the time, I'll definitely put it on there. But I can't say that it won't take me forever to get to, because it's hard for me to enjoy. It's hard for me to not enjoy, but it's hard for me to watch hour-long matches just because, I got work, I got my things. But it'll be on there just for you, Ultra. But I haven't even gone back and watched the Danielson MJF match. That might be before that, but I'll get to it. There will be a week where I hop on here and say that I watched Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey, 59 minutes, 27 seconds. I think I just saw. I will watch it. I also want a little more from this Danielson Ospreay build. I need more promo time, more confrontation. I want an in-ring promo. I need them to step face to face. They need to get on that. I 100% agree because I am really excited for this match and I'm completely sold on it myself. I love this shit. They're my two favorite wrestlers in the world, maybe all time even. So, yeah, I'm here for it, but I do also want a little bit more too because I feel like they need it. They need a little bit more of a boost for sure. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like on your way out on the stream. I would really appreciate it. It always means a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed and you are chatting in here with me. Thank you guys for always being around, especially you, Ultra and Thomas. You guys are the GOATs. Appreciate you always chatting it up, giving me something to talk about. It's way better than just sitting here and yapping about nothing. I'm currently making a top 8 Brock Lesnar matches. Hey, Brock Lesnar's got some bangers in there. Definitely worth a viewing. I'm probably gonna go back and watch one of those Brock Lesnar matches pretty soon. So we will be getting to it. Exactly, face to face, more reasoning. I want something deeper, like buying the Ospreay hype or something like that. Yeah, 100% there for that. I would be pretty ecstatic to see something like that, just because it just provides a little bit more depth that I'm looking for. Even though I'm sold on it, I do want that little bit of depth. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been the pre-show. Keep up the content. Bye. Peace out, y'all. Peace out, usuals. We'll be here next week, as usual. So